it's your turn to do the actions as we go into a little number called Old King Cole. If you're not sure what to do, watch the band, they will be directing. And the first thing that Old King calls for is his fiddlers 3. So you've got to pretend to play the fiddle. The second one he calls for is his jugglers. So you've got to pretend to throw your balls in the air. And then we go from there. So here we go. We've got a couple of the Oliver lads in. Make a big long line right down to the end. That's now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his fiddlers 3. Now every fiddler had a very fine fiddle. Get ready to play the fiddle. And a very fine fiddle had he. Fiddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddler's very fine men now he. There's not so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Now Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his jugglers 3. Every juggler had very fine balls. Get ready to juggle. And very fine balls had he. Throw your balls in the air, said the jugglers. Diddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddlers. Very fine men are we. There's none so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Nice cross over there. Let's try 3. Now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his tailors 3. Now, every tailor had a very fine needle. Hold up your needles. And a very fine needle had he. Put it in and out, said the tailors. Throw your balls in the air, said the jugglers. Fiddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddlers. Very fine men are we. There's not so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his painters 3. Now, every painter had a very fine brush. Hold up your brushes. And a very fine brush had he. Slap it up and down, said the painters. Put it in and out, said the tailors. Throw your balls in the air, said the jugglers. Diddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddlers. Very fine men now we. There's not so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his coalman 3.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Every coalman had a very fine sack. Throw your sacks over your shoulders, and a very fine sack had he. Do you want it in the front or the back, said the coalman. Slap it up and down, said the painters. Put it in and out, said the tailors. Throw your balls in the air, said the jugglers. Diddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddlers. Very fine men now we. There's not so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his wife in the middle of the night, and he called for his butchers 3. Now, every butcher had a very fine chopper. Get your choppers out. And a very fine chopper had he. Lay the old cow on the block, said the butcher. Do you want it in the front or the back, said the coalman. Slap it up and down, said the painters. Put it in and out, said the tailors. Throw your balls in the air, said the jugglers. Diddle, diddle, dee, diddle, dee, said the fiddlers. Very fine men now we. There's no so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. Now, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe in the middle of the night. He called for his huntsman 3. Now, every huntsman had a very fine horn. Get ready to blow your horns. And a very fine horn had he. I got the horn, said the huntsman. Lay the old cow on the blocks and the butcher. You want it in the front or the back, said the coalman. Slap it up and down from the painters. Put it in and out to the tailors. Throw your balls in the air to the jugglers. Little me, so the peddlers. Very fine men now way. There's none so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. And there's none so rare as can compare with the boys of the BBC. How's your mother? All right. How's your mother? She's fine. How's your sister? She's mine. I'll think